The joust troupe is they're Romanian gypsies. They're actually from Romania, and they're incredible. It's their first year here, and we're just really excited to have them.
I'm the head of the jousting and equestrian acrobatic troupe. We do the jousting show with equestrian games, and also we do an equestrian acrobatic show that consists of Roman riding, trick riding, somersaulting from one horse to the other. Pretty much everything you can do on a horse, we do in the show. Two of my brothers perform with me. My girlfriend, my brother's girlfriend. My mother makes all the costumes. My father makes all the weaponry for the joust. So it's very much a family affair. My mom's parents and my dad's parents were all equestrian acrobats. And so I have it on both sides. And their parents before them and their grandparents. So it's just like keeping up a family tradition, and it's a huge responsibility to make sure we're doing it right and we're doing it to the best of our abilities and we're not shaming our ancestors.
I tell you, my favorite booth this year is a new booth at the festival. I have a catapult in my show, and a trebuchet also, which is a type of catapult which works differently than the one that most people think of, which is called an onager. But this man builds catapults of all kinds, all shapes and sizes, and he sells them. He even has kits you can buy to make yourself out of mouse traps. They're really nifty.
My favorite merchant at the festival would be the Cunning Woman in Jack Salt, who made my hair. They also sell a lot of tea, and she just sells a lot of interesting things that you can see. Jewelry. She sells like herbalist stuff and everything. It's just a lot of variety.
You ain't seen nothing yet. So I've been doing leather for a while now. What I make is I make a sporran. Sporran. It's a purse. For a man, it's considered a purse in the dictionary. But it's a pocket. And the only thing Scott had was if he had a great kilt, he had rolls that he pulled up and make pockets right here, or his sleeves and his linen, or his shirt. And of course he got blamed for taking a lot of stuff and sticking it in his sleeves. The sporrans are black and brown, black formal, brown's casual. So if you're going to wear to a formal function, you'd have black shoes, black belt, black sporrans.
I really like the vegetarian haggis. I'm a vegetarian, so there's not a lot of stuff at a lot of festivals I can eat, but they've actually brought in vegetarian haggis, mostly just for us. So I really appreciate that they did that, that's what I eat almost every day here.
Being a musician, I like all the musical acts.
I love music that has stories, tells stories about things, as opposed to a lot of today's music, which there really isn't a whole lot of storyline to it. We sing a wide variety of songs, pretty songs, upbeat songs, drinking songs, silly songs, naughty songs, whatever however you want to call them.
Say you may be my true love, my whiskey was my first. And if you leave me, I may die, but it won't be a thirst. So whether you treat me kindly or go on.
I've been a rock and roller my entire life, and about close to 20 years ago, started listening to Irish music and Scottish music also. And then from there, I learned how to play the Irish bouzouki, and I learned how to play a little bit of hammered bells.
Long before the
a day, oh, to welcome in the summertime, a welcome in from May, oh, the summer is a coming, and winter's gone away, oh. Robin Hood and Little John, we're going to the fair.
Then oncely, twicely, thricely. Hail the sea! Most well, I be Ebenezer Crumby, scourge of the seven seas. Retired.
Ebenezer Crumby is a character that I first developed at the Sterling Renaissance Festival in 1990, and he was designed to be someone that was unmistakably a pirate, but not necessarily one that looked like a 1700s Caribbean pirate, because he was supposed to be earlier than that. He's been roughed up. He's retired, and he lost an eye and a hand, and his leg don't work right. And sometimes I joke around, tell people I got a wooden kidney and stuff like that, But the whole thing is that he's a retired scourge of the seven seas who tells people stories so that they can be informed as to what the sea life is like before they go.
I'll show you where you can find the world's largest natural deposit of floss and toothpaste. It's on an island called Cincinnati, which I somehow doubt is where you'll find a whole lot of toothpaste.
I got involved with the local cast, they call it. It's the people who live locally, who make up the village characters, and also do a lot of the stage combat things like the human chess match and that sort of thing. And I got involved with that, and I did that for many years, and not many, but several years, and then I believe it was in '87. I was a talent scout from a stunt team in Colorado, took a video of me, and went back to the team, and they did a bunch of dithering and decided to have an audition weekend, and I went up and worked out with them for a weekend, and they hired me. And after that, I was on the road full time.
Loaded, eaten by sharks, infested by ants.
I'm originally from Sarasota, Florida, but I've been living in Orlando, and I came here by way of Texas. I went to Texas and worked 2 months there and then came here. And with the way the gas prices are right now and everything else, it cost me about $1,000, to tow my trailer from Florida to Texas, and then to tow it again from there to here. And then after this, I'm going to go up to Ohio, where my next fair is, drop off the trailer, drive back down to Florida, where I teach improv classes for a couple of weeks, and then drive back up to Ohio for another 8-week festival.
We're not from too far away. Susan and I live in Florence, Kentucky.
I live in Cold Spring, Kentucky. It's about an hour and a half away.
Right, so it's not that far. We drive down on Friday nights. We stay back at the campground, and then we leave Sunday after the show's over. We drive back home.
I live in Dayton, Ohio area, just south of Dayton, Ohio, and it's about a 2-hour drive down here. And yeah, I bring a camper down. I have a camper on site. It was part of us coming down here and performing. So I end up coming down on Friday nights, and I stay until Sunday night, and I drive back home. And I have a regular job through the week.
I live in Yellow Springs, Ohio. It's just outside of Dayton, and it's about 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I drive down on Friday night, I drive back on Sunday night.
I live in Yellow Springs, Ohio, which is sort of northeast of Dayton. And I come down here on Saturday mornings, and it usually takes me close to 3 hours, but I drive pretty slow.
I'm actually from Orlando, Florida, and it took me about, I would say, 30 hours to get here, 35 hours probably.